Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the show where we've scripted every last moment of this podcast. How y'all doing?
Doing good.
Mm-hmm.
I just watched a video today about how, it was talking about Taco Bell and diarrhea. And
Okay, so we're diving right back into this then.
Yeah, exactly.
Just picking up
and
where
it was
last week left
how,
off.
the things you order at Taco Bell is like the perfect storm to give you diarrhea. Just like the makeup of the nutrients and what.
It's just the absolute building blocks.
It's the dairy and the beef and the tortilla and the sugar and the pop and the hot sauce and all of that stuff you're adding together, and it's just like, yeah, you're gonna crap your pants. It's fantastic.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so good. What is your go-to order from Taco Bell? Like, what do you get?
Because everything at Taco Bell is like $30. I get their online exclusive orders.
What up, Eliza?
And their online exclusive comes with a 5-layer burrito, a cheesy gordita crunch, chips or cinnamon twist. I always go with the cinnamon twists. And then a medium drink, and it's $6.
Oh, that's pretty good for $6.
Yeah.
There's
that's what I get every time.
One of those online deals that I do. It's you get a taco, which is like super random thrown in, but you get a taco and 2 chicken chalupas.
Okay.
And you can swap out, like, you can add their spicy ranch with the chicken chalupa. So dude, it goes together so well.
Yeah.
If you get 2 of those and they're just like, that's not quite enough. How about a taco? We'll just slide that in here.
You're a Taco Bell. You just get a taco.
It's like
everything comes with a taco.
Everything comes with a taco.
That's the side at Taco Bell.
Well, where's my side of Bell?
That is the main course.
Oh, okay.
Eating the bell.
No, you got to ring the bell when the diarrhea is coming.
That's right.
There you go.
Speaking of which,
it is a small crew today indeed. Ted is AWOL and Tim had an appointment.
I downloaded another photo. It says, why is it called the restroom? I'm fighting for my life in here. That's while we're on the topic.
Yes, so we may need a little help from chat today to give us some topics.
Yeah, we don't really know. We were talking about Baldur's Gate 3 and Dakota and Jake's awesome campaigns of the orc barbarian and the green halfling that follows him around.
Gondel Wandel.
Gondel Wandel.
And of course, Jake does his
Sings
voices. Oh, God.
It's so good.
And we're just doing an evil campaign where we're murdering just about everything we can.
Wait till chat AI gets to the point where they can start inserting it into video games, and then you can start actually conversing.
Funny you say that, but there is a mod for Skyrim.
I saw the same thing.
Yeah, where someone put like a GPT type deal into that, and you can you chat into it with your headset.
Yeah, I saw him talking to Lydia.
Yeah,
she was being.
I imagine it's got to be broken as hell, but the concept is cool as shit.
Yeah.
I did see that Canada blocked Warhammer Plus.
Yeah.
Which is strange. I don't understand the idea behind that.
It's because in Canada there's a new law coming where every phone app has to be bilingual. And Warhammer Plus, the app, is not bilingual.
Okay.
So it's not allowed in Canada.
Yeah, they're big on French.
Okay.
That's it.
I think
that's why nobody can download it.
I think in order to hold office, you also have to be bilingual, English and French.
So because some people won't be able to use it,
nobody can use it.
That is ignorant.
You're not wrong.
That's literally the opposite of inclusivity.
Yeah.
They're kind of going the wrong way on that one.
French have a French version. They have a French version. I mean, I guess I don't know exactly. I just remember reading that article that talked about how you can't download it, and so I don't know what they plan on doing about that. They'll probably, I don't know how hard it is to make it bilingual, to where you just I don't know.
Well, how many languages have to make it qualify for bilingual?
I have no idea.
Because you're not going to get all of them.
I don't know if it's just French and English.
I assume it's French and English.
But
yeah, I guess.
Warhammer's huge in France. They have to have a French version.
Yeah, you would think so.
Well, does that count? Does that
about
count as bilingual?
10 languages.
And just having a version.
That should count I feel like it should count.
I think it has to be. I think it has to be all located in the app, though. I think that's the idea behind
Or
it.
do you just have to like?
Well, you just download your app.
Parlez-vous from Warhammer? Like
what?
I don't know.
Do you speak Warhammer? I have no idea.
Get with the times, plus.
But yeah, so I don't know what the deal is. Whether or not you have to have like a single app with two languages.
Thank you, Eli. Two or by does.
Yeah, it does mean two.
Does reference two for sure.
It's two.
Yeah,
it's two. Oh,
takes two.
But yeah, so I don't know. So you've been playing Baldur's Gate 3.
I've been playing the shit out of it.
I've been playing a lot of Diablo, which I still got to give Eli my Blizzard stuff for Diablo because I haven't given him.
It's really funny because he plays Diablo all the time.
I play it all the time. I don't know. I made it. I finished all my seasonal rewards, so I stopped. So I went back to my Eternal Realm and started leveling up another character because I don't have a single character level 100 yet. And I want my first level 100 character not be a seasonal character because after the season's over, they just get deleted. I'm like,
that hurts. What are the seasonal rewards? What do you get?
It's typically cosmetic stuff.
Okay.
It's all cosmetic stuff. You don't have to play the season, but the season itself has different abilities and upgrades and stuff that you can unlock that go away at the end of the season. So it offers a unique playing experience. Like with different seasons come different builds for classes. So like you can, once the season's over, that build goes away.
Sure.
And another season comes out. They're typically back to back. I think this next one is.
Like they come out with like new abilities and upgrades and type deal?
Kind of, yeah. And new weapons and stuff. And typically after the season's over, they go away. And then they'll have another season where all new different ones come out.
All right.
So that's kind of the idea. And the whole idea behind your character going away, because they did this in Diablo 3 as well, is that it kind of gives you replay value. It creates more... I mean, it's kind of artificial, but it kind of gives more replay value. And okay, now you got to level another character. You can't just take your level 100 character and port it over and just do all the things, right?
Okay.
You got to work back towards it.
What kind of end game stuff is there to do?
Right now, since the game's pretty vanilla, the big end game thing to do. So the boss of the final game is Lilith.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's the final boss of the campaign.
Sure.
And it's just the echoes of Lilith. So after you beat her, the whole end game stuff opens up, and now you can do nightmare dungeons and stuff like that. You start getting into that stuff, making the game harder and harder and harder. And then once you hit level 100, you can do. They're called capstone dungeons. They're like the milestones, right? The final capstone dungeon is that boss fight with Lilith, but she is way harder.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the final thing to do. I think that is also only going to be a seasonal thing as well. I don't think that's in the Eternal Realm. So,
so I looked up the.
It's just level 100 Lilith.
I looked up the rules for Canadian. It says websites, but still, it is acceptable for them to have a separate French website. However, it cannot be less good, and the requirement is that it. The requirement is that it is French and something else.
French and something else.
Yep.
So it has to be 3 languages.
Nope.
Oh, so French.
So it just needs to be French and
English.
Okay.
Yeah,
there's another capstone at level 70. Eli, that
I think Spanish would be acceptable, but they're very elitist about.
The French, yes, absolutely. French Canadian specifically, they're probably
French are too, but yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, Lilith is technically a capstone dungeon. I've been looking at it. It unlocks when you hit tier 4. And then it just sits on your map like, hey, you can go do this if you want, but you're going to get murdered. You're about 20 levels too low.
So do you think you're going to get Starfield?
I don't know. That might be another one of those games. I would have to get it on PC. My computer can run it. I've already checked it out. So my computer can run it. I don't know at what settings. Definitely not max settings.
Oh, right, because it's not going to be on PS5.
Yeah, probably not high settings.
Forget about that.
So I'll wait to see. Before I even get it, I'm gonna wait to see reviews on it.
Sure.
Bethesda has had a pretty rough record
Honestly, I'm
Past 10 years.
probably with you on that.
Yeah,
It
so I'm just
looks nice.
It looks cool.
It looks cool. Like
But-
I think it has potential.
But yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna wait and see. And even then, like, I'll have to get it for PC. I'll have to wait and see. So, well, I got plenty of stuff coming out, especially on the PC side of stuff that I want to get.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, well, we'll see about Starfield. Oh, what else? We've had. We have any Warhammer news? I've heard nothing.
Dude, they have been
I've heard
so.
nothing.
Oh, okay. So we could actually talk about Nova.
Okay.
So, Tony, do you want to go to Warhammer Community?
Armor Core 6. I've thought about getting Armor Core 6 Eli. That's another one that I would wait to see a review on it because it's going to be a Souls-like, I think. But with,
I've never done anything with an Armor Core game.
It's made by From Software, which does Dark Souls
Really?
and Elden Ring. Yep. And they're rebooting it, and I think it's supposed to be a Souls-like, but with big mechs. I mean,
Sorry,
no.
Tony, I'm looking.
But yeah, that'd be another one I'm going to wait to see a review on.
No, go back up a little bit, I guess. Because there should be something in there from Nova that's coming out. I think it's it might be next weekend.
Or isn't its own thing? Is its own?
Would it be
Yeah,
further back, maybe?
but it's. I'm pretty sure it'll have some of the.
Yeah, go back. That one in the middle, it's got like the orc. Nope, right there.
It is its own thing, Eli, but it's a From Software game.
So
and
just
will
scroll
have a
down
lot of
because there's a
that
banner.
DNA in there.
That's
super-
what I want to see right here.
Super big hard bosses, for instance. I've watched some previews of it, and they've already shown some super crazy over the top bosses, which is a huge
For
Dark Souls and Elden Ring
for
thing.
Armored Core.
Yeah, so it's the same kind of deal as Souls like, where you've got these giant bosses that you're gonna be dodging a lot of the way, and one hit might kill you and all that stuff.
So did you see what's coming out on like the overarching stuff for Nova?
No, I have not.
Okay, so we got 40K, Sigmar,
30.
Horus Heresy, Old World. Some more Old World news is cool.
Okay.
Some Warcry, Underworld, and Blood Bowl.
Blood Bowl. What do you think? A new team?
I'm really hoping for vampires.
Vampires?
That's been the rumor for a long time.
I care less about vampires.
Honestly, I think if they're done well, I think we could care a lot.
I don't know. They're one of the, I guess. I would like to see something else. I'd like to see Chaos Dwarfs. That's what I'd like to see.
I would like to see Chaos Doors, but I've heard nothing in the rumor mill about them at all.
I don't really.
And honestly, I've heard nothing beyond the vampires.
So vampires need it the most because that team is worthless.
They need it. Yeah, they do need it the most.
But that team is just so wacky that it needs to be updated. They need more than just two positionals of linemen and vampires.
Yeah, I've heard that like they're gonna get multiple positionals.
Yeah, well, probably 3 or 4. They'll have linemen and probably 2 or 3, probably 3 others.
Yeah,
It seems 4 seems to be the magic number for them, especially with these new teams.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll probably see 4 total positionals for them. I'm not quite sure what they'll do to them. I'm hoping they fix Hypnotic Gaze.
I wouldn't mind it being pretty much the same way as it is now. As long as it was only on like two players.
2 players,
yeah.
no more than that.
2 players would keep it. Because the way it is right now is very strong, and I don't think it won't change because Hypnotic Gaze is in the in the core rules.
Yeah, and then they need the team wide nega trait, which will be that will replace Animal Savagery. That also needs to be specifically tailored to the team.
I would be fine with it going away like nearly entirely, just leaving it on like again a couple key players.
You're gonna need you'll need it to counteract Hypnotic Gaze. That's what it's there for. Not to mention if they keep like the eye movement. Was it movement 6, strength 4, AG 2+?
And as long as there's only a couple players on the team like that, and then the rest like are more rounded out, I think it'd be fine.
I think that honestly, you know what I think they'll do? I think they'll take the team. Now that I think about it, I think they'll just take the team and make it more like Undead. I think they'll have 2 players that are mummy-esque I think they'll have just access to ghouls. I think
that wouldn't be bad.
I think that's just going to be a position they'll have. I think it'll just be the ghoul. They'll have their linemen, which will be like their thralls, and then they'll have something else.
I've heard theory of a Vargeist big guy.
Okay, but I bet they recycle the ghoul into the team.
I think that'd be cool.
Although that would make maybe not. That would make the third Blood Bowl team with a ghoul. So it's already on 2. So maybe they don't do that, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do that.
I mean, what if it was just something that was like a ghoul, like a vampire spawn type deal?
It could be like that. I wouldn't be surprised if they were just like, they're vampires, they're undead, they get ghouls. They just get ghouls. Put ghouls on the team.
I also like to see various players with different stats, like various movement. Like all the thralls and all the vampires have movement 6.
Yeah.
Mix it up. Give us
maybe.
Give us some movement 7s. Give us a big guy with like movement 5.
Yeah. That's movement's kind of one of those. Movement can one of those things that'll make or break a team.
Getting another team with like 2 strength 5 guys would be kind of cool.
Yeah, it's got to be careful on the team. It works on vampire or it works on undead because they're first of all, undead is one of the best teams, but works on
out of the box. Yeah. They fall off later though.
Well, yeah, once you start developing later in the season, but it works well with them because they're such a well-rounded team.
Mm-hmm.
You make vampires a little too bashy one way or another, you could have some problems.
Yeah,
some real problems having a character like that on those teams. The next bashiest thing the undead have are whites, and they come with block, and that's it. And I think they have strength access. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, undead are great for tournaments. They're a team they really get everything they want out of the box.
Yeah, no, undead are fantastic. You've got 2 great bullies and just murder things that just start. I mean, if you're in a tournament, you can just give them a couple skills too if you want.
So they're going to show us all the Space Marine stuff, and this the 30th, I think. I think that was.
Yeah, 30th and 31st is what that.
Yeah, which 40K that'll come out of the gate.
Yeah, that'll be the first thing they lead with.
Yeah,
that'll be day 1.
Do you think they'll give us anything other than all the Space Marine releases? I've got to assume no, because there's going to be so much of it.
I don't know.
Probably announcing the official Tyranid and Space Marine codexes too.
Yeah, they'll do that because they'll also show off new Tyranid stuff too. It won't just be Marines. I think
Tyranid. I think they've shown everything that Tyranids are going to get.
They have, but they'll have some of the stuff there too, and they'll show it off.
Oh, I mean like previews for new things we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I know. So I think we've seen all the Tyranid stuff that's coming.
Yeah.
You said so. No new stuff we haven't seen. No, they'll show us the codexes and they'll show us the new Space Marine stuff. They'll preview some Tyranid stuff they've already previewed. Probably have the actual models there.
I heard a rumor,
and then that'll probably.
So I guess I should restate. I'd heard a rumor that there's 7 kits they're going to show for Space Marines.
7? 7 new ones or just 7?
Well, I mean, so an Assault Terminator squad would be a new one.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and like a reboxing of the Stern Guard would be a new one.
Okay. All right. So counting the stuff in Leviathan, okay, it wouldn't necessarily be okay, because I think all that stuff is almost a given. I really need that Stern Guard kit, but I think all that and Terminators too. But I think all that stuff is almost a given, and then because we're gonna see some actual new Space Marine stuff that we haven't seen either.
I hope so.
I think that's what it's. I'm hoping because Tyranids have a bunch of stuff coming. I'm hoping Space Marines get a few things redone that haven't been redone yet. Jump Marine specifically, but
pogo stick to represent fly. I hate it.
No, absolutely not. This is why Nathan should never design rules. He's a robot, but he belongs on the island of misfit toys from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's what he is. He's like the Jack in the Box named Rudy or whatever his name is. But yeah, so I think that's what we'll get from was it Nova? Yeah, it's Nova.
Yeah.
Cool.
Plus, it'll be nice to see another big tournament and how things shake out a bit.
Yeah, well, it's been quiet. I haven't heard anything on Warhammer lately, and it's just been super quiet. I need to hear some rumors and see some stuff to get back in the mood again and finish doing what I was doing. So like I need more reminders like, hey, this is coming, get your stuff done. I'm like, okay. Unfortunately, repulsors are out of stock still. I need one of those.
Dude, there's been so much stuff that's out of stock.
Every single Space Marine transport right now is out of stock.
Transport? Wow.
Every single one. Rhinos,
Why?
Razorbacks, drop pods, every Land Raider, repulsor, both Executioner and the regular one.
Wow.
The Impulsor, everything is gone. You cannot get any of it.
No cars for you.
Yeah, basically.
Why?
I don't know. I don't understand.
It's been
the reason.
impossible to get a Doomsday Arc for months.
Yeah, it's gonna go back to the after the Dark Angel stuff came out last edition. I was like, hey, your Terminators are good again, and it's like, I can't get Terminators for 6 months. It's basically how long it took me to get a kit of Terminators, and now they come out with new ones, and now I'm sad. But yeah, so we'll get
like
that
sad and happy at the same time.
a little bit. Yeah, it's bittersweet. Because I'm like, yay! And I'm like, I just spent $200 in Terminators last year. I used them all. I got games in with them, and I painted them, kind of.
Kind of.
They're all based and layered, but not finished. But yeah, so new Terminators will be nice. I need at least one box of those until the Dark Angel ones come out.
Which they have to.
Yeah,
they have
they're
to.
Gonna release
you can't
all that
stuff.
Stuff.
Leave them like short next to their big brothers like that.
No, they'll come out. I've heard rumors that Dark Angels are getting a whole new range refresh too.
Yeah.
So like all their chapter specific stuff is going to change. Not all of it. Their flyers aren't changing, and their big land speeders aren't changing. I heard.
Yeah, I mean the big land speeders, they're pretty much in line size wise.
Yeah,
just about.
They're not bad.
With the storm speeders.
Yeah, they're not bad. And then
is that what they're?
Yeah, storm speeders.
Yeah.
And then the flyers don't need to change.
Yeah, the flyers are pretty.
So,
you don't need to do nothing with those.
No. So
if
those
it ain't broken, don't fix it.
But I think we're getting new plasma bikes and new Terminators. We're supposed to be getting a new Samuel, a new Belial, and I think a new Ezekiel too.
Think they'll do 3 characters at once?
So
I don't know if they'll do that
they
many.
need to do Ezekiel because he's pewter.
Yeah, they need to. Pewter needs to go first.
And Samuel's fine cast, and I just broke his sword the other day, so I needed, and I'm not gluing that fine cast sword back together. So I need a new Samuel soon. So
would you rather build a whole new Samuel than glue that sword back on?
It's fine cast, absolutely. That was single-handedly the worst thing I have ever had to build is that model. It's like 8 pieces that don't fit together.
That don't fit together.
It's like you're trying to do a puzzle, but your slower little brother got to the puzzle before you did and just gnawed on all the puzzle pieces. It's awful.
I think if you built a couple of Snotling pump wagons, I maybe it wouldn't be worse,
dude.
But it'd probably give you Vietnam flashbacks because it's really bad. Really bad.
I remember back in the day when I built Grey Knight Terminators. Are still very bad because when you put the halberds on, I don't know if anybody in the chat's built Grey Knight Terminators, but when you put the halberds on them, the hands holding the halberds are disconnected from the arms. So if you don't glue the arms on in exactly the right angle, the hands don't fit right to the arms. So it's like it is the worst thing ever.
Mine are lead.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That might be better. That might be better. The plastic, and that's only with the halberds. Everything else works just fine. But yeah, it was awful building those Grey Knights. Yeah, he said it is. That's when the pewter ones are better than the plastic ones. But yeah, no, it was miserable. I've built so many terrible kits. So many kids were just like, what were they thinking when they made this model? Farsight. I had a fine cast Farsight that was god awful.
I still like the old model more. than the new Farsight.
Really?
It's the Dawnblade. Like,
Yeah.
the old Dawnblade was way cooler because it was like huge and it was like this big imposing sword. This new one's like, I got a knife, bro.
Yeah.
It's just dumb.
Yeah.
It looks like the melee weapon a Tau would bring to the table.
Maybe like a big knife.
I don't know, dude. It's just the other one was just so cool.
I'm okay with this one just because it's plastic.
I guess,
Like,
but I would definitely consider swapping that blade out.
Maybe. I don't have Tau anymore, so I really don't care. Maybe I'll collect them again one day, but as of right now, no.
They're getting their teeth kicked in right now.
Yeah, they're not doing very good. They have some real problems with taking on vehicles.
Yeah.
As a shooting army, which shouldn't be the case. And then they're one of those armies, man. They're impossible to get right. They're either too good or too bad. I guess they've been in the middle. They were in the middle in 8th edition towards the end there. And
I really think that it's because of their complete and utter lack of melee. I think that's I think that's their biggest problem.
I don't know. I don't think it's that so much. Because Guard have a similar issue.
Sure, they have a similar issue. Yeah, but they
don't utilize melee as much. I think the problem is they want them to have very powerful weapons, but they don't want them to hit well. Mm-hmm. So Guard are in a similar vein, but somehow end up having better weapons. And I think I don't
know about better weapons, but they definitely have more of them, which offsets that hit issue.
It probably depends on the weapon you're talking about, but like Basilisks are very good. Manticore is very good. Demolisher Cannon's very good. Mm-hmm. All those are very high strength weapons. That
Demolisher Cannons are really good.
Yeah, If I had my way, I'd nerf down some of those big guns, not just Demolishers, but a lot of those big guns are just too powerful. But yeah, no, it's insane. Tower having problems.
The armies that are struggling in 40K right now, they're really struggling like hard.
Death Guard, yeah.
Yeah, Death Guard, Votan, AdMech, like
are AdMech struggling that hard?
Mm-hmm. They're one of like the bottom 5.
Are they? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Surprisingly, Grey Knights are doing terrible. Which when I was looking at the edition like before it came out, when we were looking at previews and stuff, I was like, Grey Knights are one of my picks to like knock it out of the park.
The problem is their rule is very good for an army that's not Grey Knights. So it's a very powerful rule for everybody else. It'd be a great one. Grey Knights want something else. Like they don't need to. They don't need to do that. So most of their stuff can deep strike anyway.
It's probably just better for stuff that when you have a bigger army.
That too. And that's another thing I think they're struggling with is survivability. So like the baby carriages are significant compared to like other vehicles, significantly easier to take down.
They're so much squishier. Yeah. Like T7 or T8 or something. Like
so
way down there.
Yeah, so much easier to take down compared to other vehicles. So
well, I mean, it is a baby carrier. I get it.
I get it. I'm just saying, like they really need to.
I feel like it could have used like a good invuln and a feel no pain.
Yeah,
type deal, like to represent like psychic shielding. Mm-hmm. Like, and I mean they have an invuln, of course, right? Yeah. But like improve on that, because if it's quote unquote easy to wound them, which I don't know about easy to wound them, but if it's easy to wound them, then they need to be able to shrug off the damage. Yeah. Because they don't have a lot of wounds either.
I think neg 1 damage on them would probably help a lot. I know they don't have it. But yeah, no. The other issue Grey Knights are running into is melee. Melee weapons did not scale well from last edition to this edition.
Melee is overall much weaker.
Yeah, at least compared to shooting, it's much weaker. Because the problem is they scaled up a lot of ranged weapons. Demolisher cannons, las cannons, missile launchers. They did not do it to a single melee weapon, I don't think.
Well, I mean, they did, but not a lot. Not a lot for sure.
Yeah.
So do you think you would scale up melee, or would you scale down shooting?
I'd scale down shooting.
I agree.
I'd scale down shooting. I make and you don't have to. The cool thing is 90% of the shooting's fine. Mm-hmm. It's the Demolisher cannons of the game. Those are the issues where it's very high strength. It's D6 damage. It's D6 plus 3 shots for some reason. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. So it's those type weapons of the game that are the issue. the very high strength ones. You scale those down. Maybe I think it's strength. Is it strength 12 or strength 14?
I think it's 14.
Me too. So you scale it down. You can even scale it down to maybe. I don't even know if 10 would be enough, but I'd scale it down probably to 12. So some of the tougher stuff.
Effectively, 12 and 14 are mostly going to do the same thing.
Yeah, maybe. But the big thing is the number of shots. So I think I'd scale it back down to D6 shots.
I don't think it's the number of shots. I think it's the damage on that gun. Well, D6 per hit, like that's
yeah, but
wild.
It wouldn't be as big of a deal if you only fire it. So look at it from a guard perspective, right? Even if you're hitting on threes, you get D6 shots. You know, it's kind of a crapshoot how many shots you're going to get if you just scale it back down just to a straight D6. Blast might change the math a little bit, but now you're shooting at big groups of enemies anyway. So,
like, what if you just change it to 3 damage?
Yeah, the problem is changing it to 3 damage might make it more. It might make it too. It might not distinguish itself from some of your other weapons enough.
Maybe.
So that you could run into that issue there. But I think the D6 damage is fine. I just think it fires too many shots. I think it's too strong. You might even scale down the AP on it too. It's -3. Probably could go down to -2, considering that's where most of the things went. Especially guns like that specifically. And I think you do that for the Demolisher cannons, for Space Marines, and Guard. I think you do it for a lot of similar weapon systems for most other armies too.
Some of the really high spike, like anti-vehicle stuff, is probably a little bit too good.
Mm-hmm.
And then melee did need a little bit more.
Yeah,
glow up. I think.
Yeah, they didn't get they got nerfed a lot, like Power Fist and stuff. Really, got knocked down.
I think if a squad of
Hammers.
5 Terminators with Power Fist charges a vehicle, like I'm not saying the vehicle should die, but it should be more afraid than it is currently.
I saw Lehman Russ survive 2 rounds of combat with a squad of Terminators.
Yeah,
just sit there,
I
shoot
don't
out of combat, didn't care.
And I don't think that's okay.
No,
I don't think that's okay.
Absolutely not. That should be a cautious position for that tank. It shouldn't just be able to sit there and be like, I don't care, you can punch me all day long. So, yeah, no, they need to find a middle ground for a lot of those things. I think, and like I said, I don't want to see 9th edition repeated where everything now is just AP -5 and ignores involves. I don't think that's the answer. I think you just scale down the shooting a little bit. Bring it back down a little bit. Most of the shooting is fine anyway, and then go from there, and then make them more comparable. Melee needs to have a slightly stronger edge, just slightly, just because it's a more risky position.
Yeah,
it's harder to get into. It takes a lot more maneuvering and a lot more
strategizing
I do like
than just
shooting at somebody.
I do like seeing ongoing combats. I like seeing multiple round combats.
I do too,
and that's nice, but.
Which is also another reason why you don't want to scale up their melee that much.
Yeah.
If at all, really.
Are you gonna be here for the Apocalypse?
When is that?
Saturday.
Saturday?
This Saturday.
I don't work this Saturday.
Let's go, buddy.
I might just be here.
Yeah. Anybody in the chat gonna be here for the Apocalypse on Saturday?
I don't think I got anything going on.
Dude, I'm excited. I love our Apocalypse games.
Yeah.
There's so much fun.
I haven't been to one in literally years.
Yeah.
Because now that I got my job, I work every Saturday, and I can never make it. Even on Saturday, here's the funny thing. Even on Saturdays I have off, I ended up getting called in. So it's like the last tournament Tim ran. He's like, I tournament's this Saturday. I'm like, I got it off. Let's go. I'll be there. And then like 2 days before, they're like, hey, man, we need you to come in. She called off. I'm like,
yeah, I got scheduled for the last tournament, too. I wanted to be here.
I know, me too. Like
I should be able to make it to the September one.
When's the September one?
I'd have to double check.
Yeah, because my sister's wedding is next month, so I'll have that to go to. And
I had
towards the end of the month.
I had an absolute blast at the last one. Yeah. I met some cool people I hadn't played with before.
Yeah, tournaments are always a great time.
Yeah, which actually I played against 3 people I'd never even met before.
Yeah, most of them are pretty they're tournaments, so they're competitive. But they're pretty relaxed for a competitive environment. It's not people
our tournaments here. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just people like, hey, you moved that guy an extra 1/8 of an inch. He wasn't supposed to go. It's nothing like that. It's people trying to beat each other up, but having a good time doing it. Both
for sure.
It's a lot of fun. But yeah,
nights are rough, dude.
Knights.
Yeah.
Knights. I had no idea what you're talking about at first.
Played against Chaos Knights.
Chaos Knights. Chaos Knights are apparently not as good as Imperial Knights.
Yeah, well, because you just get more like rerolls and
they're
there's
more
benefits.
Yeah, they're more efficient. Chaos Knights have a lot of I go into leadership.
But still, like a unit of 20 warriors just laughed and giggled on the center objective for literally 5 turns.
I want to take a unit of those
in combat with 2 knights.
I want to take a unit of those Stern Guard vets, pile them inside of a repulsor, have them pop out, and just melt a knight in front of somebody and watch them cry as strength 4 shots torch through this knight. It'll make me happy. Would you kill it with bolters and heavy bolters?
Bullets. He says that shouldn't be. No,
It's a thing.
neither of the 2 things we just said should exist.
No, I don't know. I get a special tickle about storm bolters and bolt guns taking down things like knights and tanks. Kind of makes me a little happy.
Think about how many bullets it would take to destroy something like that.
I mean, bullets, sure, but bullets and
Okay, yeah, they're basically miniature rocket launchers.
Yeah, that detonate after penetrating surfaces.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's you can use your imagination. It's not that far fetched. They could destroy something like that.
Imagine that something like that is strength 4.
Yeah, right. Right. Meanwhile, Gene Stealer cults are running around with strength 8 stop signs.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Dude, every time I drive by one of those, I'm like, huh.
Don't hit me. But yeah. No, the Stern Guard vets are one of my favorite new units. I love them so much. Them and the Terminators.
They look, the Stern Guard look really good.
I love them.
Like those awesome. Primaris helmets on those bodies.
The old helmets, yeah.
I mean, even the Primaris ones on there too.
Okay.
Bueno.
Yeah, it looks. I love that unit. I can't wait to see the kit. That was one of my favorite things. I love new Terminator kit too. I'm gonna have to buy a box of Stern Guard, a box of Terminators. Those are what I absolutely need. And then who the heck knows what else comes out?
Yeah.
If they're releasing pray to God they're releasing a new Land Raider. But if they're doing it, and that's why all that other crap has been out of stock.
How many of those would you buy?
I was thinking 3.
I knew you'd say that.
But depending on how much they were or are, how much were the Rogel Dorns? Do you know?
No,
because
I think Tony, can you look up the price of a Rogel Dorn?
They would be
Games Workshop,
roughly the same cost. I would imagine they're about the same size currently, unless they really scale up the Land Raider, which I don't think they would.
Dude,
do.
Looking at the Land Raider right next to the Dorn right next to a Lehman Russ.
Yeah,
it's a big difference.
Yeah, I know.
It's meant to be, but it's a big difference.
I know. Well, that's why
has Tim started his Octoblade yet?
Oh, no, I don't think so. That's a Bane. What's an Octoblade?
That's the Bane blade where you magnetize it, so you can magnetize all 8 variants.
That's why I've never heard of it. Oh, they're only $100.
Tim has 3 of those.
You know, if Land Raiders came out and they were $100, I might buy 3.
Oh my god,
I might get 3.
Dude, it's a beautiful tank.
They are gorgeous. I've always liked Imperial Guard. I've always really appreciated the aesthetic.
Well, I think this really amps it up to a new level.
Yeah, absolutely. It modernizes modernizes a fairly old aesthetic with the Russes. The Russes are actually fairly plain if you really look at them, but yeah, that's far more detailed. It's got a lot more guns and stuff on it too. I love that model. I love that kit. But yeah, if they come out with a new Land Raider, I'll cream in my jeans. It'd make me so happy.
What if you're not wearing jeans?
You might want to bring a coat.
You'll run over and find a pair of jeans.
I'll need a pair of jeans.
Just like on the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. God. But yeah, no, I've heard absolutely nothing about it. And this is me just wish listing something that's just been on the down low for years at this point.
Honestly, I could see it.
I could see it too with the releasing new Terminators implies a lot of new things new Dark Angel Terminators implies new Grey Knight Terminators and all sorts of things like that. New Space Wolf Terminators. Like it implied, but it also implies new Land Raiders, which is what traditionally carries Terminators into battle. So like you could do it. And the Land Raider kit, while it looks okay, it's still fairly dated.
You can tell it's dated for sure.
It needs to be scaled up just a little bit, and maybe a new weapon option to incentivize some of those older players.
Dude, I'm telling you,
macroplasma incinerators, man.
Big old grav cannon right on the top.
That'd be cool too. But I'm thinking the plasma cannons they put on the Dreadnought.
The plasma cannons would be really cool
and
on the
then
side.
you sponson ones. Then I would love it. I don't even care if they're good. That's what I'm building. That's what I'm taking. I'm running it. It's awesome. Look, 2 giant plasma cannons on the side of a Land Raider. It'd make me so happy. But yeah, no, I can wish list all day long, but we'll see what we'll see what they show us in August. Yeah. And that's all we've got we've seen for Tyranids too, right? So the Norn stuff.
Yeah.
All the Norn stuff, that'll all probably be a single kit.
And then, you weren't here last week, were you?
I wasn't.
So you weren't here to participate in the hot dog conversation.
I don't like this.
Tony, can we get the chat back?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
I don't like this.
So you're offered $10 million. Okay? But every day for the rest of your life, you have to eat 6 hot dogs.
Okay, that's not bad.
You doing that?
Yeah, I can eat 6 hot dogs.
A day? Forever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For $10 million?
For $10 million, for sure. I don't see a world in which I turn this down.
I like hot dogs. Hot dogs are all right.
I like hot dogs.
And you can do a lot to a hot dog. You can put chili on it. You don't put ketchup on it, but you can put chili on it.
I disagree. You put ketchup on hot dog.
You may want to phrase that differently, but
you don't put only ketchup on a hot dog. You put ketchup and mustard on it.
No, I can't remember the name of the association. Hot dog National Association. But you know what? I'll just do this. List of approved toppings for a hot dog.
I hate it.
All right, condiments, but yeah.
I don't know how ketchup couldn't be on there.
It's not. There is a I can't remember what it's called, but there is a national hot dog. Yeah, here it is. The National Hot Dog and Sausage Council. This is what it is.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so the NHDSC. The NHDSC. So they have menu navigation, sausage basics, resources, culture. They have a list. I don't know if I can find it, but they have a list of approved condiments for a
and
hot
ketchup's
dog,
just not on there.
They have chili, mustard, relish. They have, I think, 6 different toppings, 6 different condiments, but ketchup's not on there.
Why
you don't
not?
put ketchup on.
I don't see what the problem is.
It's
Matt
ketchup.
Walsh was tearing on it too.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was like,
You know, I think
he was like, I'm not 9 years old, and I'm like, fuck you, man.
he's just so ridiculous though. Like he exaggerates so much to where like you can't tell if he's being serious or not.
Man.
Peanut butter is an approved topping. It might be.
That's not a real association. That's false.
That's also not
That's fake.
I don't know.
She puts peanut butter on her hot dogs.
It's Megan.
It is. She puts peanut butter on her hot dogs.
What's the MLDM?
It's a lie.
I don't know what the MLDM is though. It's not the national.
She's making it up.
Oh, okay. Well, if they don't have a website, they're not real. All right.
She'll go make a website.
This place has what's the name of what's the website? Domain name. They have the domain name hot dog. They're not a .com, they're a .org, but they have hot dog. Okay.
Are they a .hot dog?
No, they're a .org. I just said that. the only dot be .dog or something.
.dog.
They probably have it now. They have a lot.
It's
Some of them
false.
are really expensive.
Oh, I bet.
I don't know why. Like, you'd think com would be the most because it's the most desirable. But
Yeah, they mean different things. So calm means.
I know.
Yeah.
But some of them don't matter. Like a lot of the new ones don't matter.
Probably not. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah.
We talked about this for like 30 minutes last
Really?
week. Dude, we talked about it for a long time.
Yeah, I like hot dogs. Like you can do a lot to a hot dog.
They were saying you'd get like sick of them. They were talking about, I think it was Brad Pitt when he was doing some like prep for a movie. He had to eat he could only eat like chicken breast for like months. And eventually he got to the point where he was just blending it up because he couldn't stand the thought of eating chicken breast anymore.
Yeah, 6. I mean, you think about 6 hot dogs. That's a lot of hot dogs a day.
But like, think about hell, you could cut up 2 of them and throw them in a serving of mac and cheese. You could have 2 of them on a bun. You can have later on. You could you put them in a corn dog. Like there's so many variations of what you can do.
Corn dog. Get your daily servings of hot dog, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, I love corn dogs. So yeah, no, there's a bunch of different ways you could do it.
And I could definitely afford the heart surgery that I would need.
Maybe $10 million. Depends on what you do. Your $10 million, but.
I need you to scrape my arteries, Doc.
I mean, a lot of. If you just eat the hot dog though, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
Your
I mean,
arteries will be okay.
If you're having like
deep fried,
100% beef hot dogs, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
and then I mean that's not even 600 calories.
No, and if you're boiling, yeah, exactly. Hot dogs are actually fairly light.
If you're just eating the hot dog.
You know what? You can even work it into your normal breakfast. Like when I make an omelet, instead of like ham, I'll just chop up a hot dog and put it in my omelet.
There you go.
Like that'd be fine, but it tastes okay too. So yeah, absolutely.
So .dog is a real TLD.
Is it really? I'm upset.
It's for dog breeders, dog walkers, grooming,
sense.
but
This is kind of in that vein.
they're not really enforced. So
Yeah,
They're not enforced.
I think the only ones that really are is like .edu,
.com, .edu, and .org.
You can get a .com for anything. That's not enforced.
Well, you got to pay for it, but yeah, it's
right.
Yeah, it just means
for all of
commercial.
them do.
Just means commercial is all it is.
Yeah, like .gov is enforced. Like it has to be government.
Oh, I think .org is too. Like you
there's
can get a
some
.com for anything, but I think that's the idea. But if you .org is I can't remember exactly how it works. I remember them talking about this when I was in college because it was like they're like, yeah, don't necessarily trust .coms. .orgs are a little bit more reliable with their information for whatever reason.
They're supposed to be because they're supposedly not influenced by
ads and stuff, right?
Right,
they're like, yeah,
that's not necessarily the case.
No, exactly. No, well, yeah, none of those rules are 100%, but yeah. So no, I could definitely do 6 hot dogs a day. Oh, you could put them in mini corn dogs. We had mini corn dogs the other day. I can get my 6 hot dogs.
So this came up as well. Could you eat like 6 of the little Vienna ones?
Oh
no, you can't. You've got to. I described this as you need to get so many inches of hot dog.
Yeah, that's fine
every day.
Yeah, like if you do it like that, then that's perfectly fine. You could do, like I said, you could do anything with a hot dog. Can I eat brats too? Do brats count?
I'll let brats count.
Yeah.
Brats are dope.
They're just bigger hot dogs.
Do brats
kind of. They're
count?
Sausages.
Do brats count as more? Because they're the same length, but they're typically larger in diameter. Typically.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some brats at the gaff this weekend.
What did I get? I got queso brats. Queso
brats?
Yeah, Meyer. They were so good. I put them on the grill for like 5 minutes. Grilled them up. Oh my god, they're like oozing out of the tip. So good.
Oh god,
they were so delicious. And then you know what I put on them? When I put on those queso brats, I got some spicy. What was it? Spicy mayonnaise, I think.
Okay,
that can be good.
It was delicious. Queso. Spicy mayonnaise. Was it? Yeah, I think it was mayonnaise. Yeah,
I've had sriracha mayo before. That's really good.
Is it? I didn't think about sriracha.
Sriracha's good. I like sriracha.
It's Mexican sriracha?
Yeah, I think so.
I've never had it before, but
I mean, yeah, it's basically a hot sauce.
Yeah.
It's just like got a particular kind of flavor to it.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it's more or less just a hot sauce.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that spicy mayo was so good.
But yeah. Like with like its thickness, like it would it would mix with mayo really well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dog it has no restrictions.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
Pi-
some
Pizza
do.
Hut.
A lot do.
Pizza Hut used to have like a sriracha drizzle you could put on their pizza.
I watched something about pizza the other day. I've been on this food channel for a little while on YouTube, just binge watching their videos. They do like different experiments and stuff. They did one on pizza and like which pizza restaurant has the most like value to your dollar, like how much food you get and like
like how much pizza you're actually getting
per dollar spent.
Okay.
Yeah, and they even like broke it down like this is how many toppings you're getting. This is for some reason. So not for some reason they figured it out, but like when you add toppings to a pizza, you're actually getting less pizza. So like they ordered a cheese pizza.
Less pizza?
Yeah, well they ordered a cheese pizza from I think it was Domino's, right?
Okay.
Just to weigh the pizza, right? Without any toppings. So they just ordered a cheese pizza. And then they ordered a pepperoni pizza from Domino's. Weighed it weighed less.
How?
Well, they figured it out. What happens is when they put the toppings on, they put the cheese on, and then the holes where they mess with the cheese, they put less cheese on because they put toppings over it. So you're not getting as much cheese on your pizza because the pepperoni, like your pepperoni, for instance, it's not going over cheese.
I would think the
it's going
pepperoni
over
would be more
pizza.
dense than the cheese and way more.
I guess
cheese is
you're not
heavy.
getting as
Maybe-
much. I
Cheese
don't
is
know.
heavy.
The only one that wasn't the case, I think, was Little Caesars.
I mean, I would think you're using the exact same amount of cheese, and you're just like, okay, well, I guess I'll put some pepperoni on this now.
Yeah, that's not what they do. They just throw the cheese over, and like whatever holes they have in the cheese, that's where they lay the toppings.
Yeah. They probably know this is getting pepperoni, so it doesn't need as much
I think
cheese.
it's just pepperoni too. I don't think it's all toppings. But yeah, that was one of the things.
Or
Pepperoni.
maybe they just use additional cheese on just a cheese pizza.
That's what my thought process
Yeah.
was too. Because you're just getting cheese, so they're throwing more. I mean that's more or less what I'm saying. Is you get more cheese on just a cheese pizza. So, but yeah, they broke it down.
That might explain why I don't like cheese pizzas.
Yeah,
Honestly, no, I can tell you exactly what it is. Because when you put pepperoni on a pizza,
it becomes an actual pizza.
Well, yeah, that too.
I
But
agree.
when
I
you
hate cheese
cook
pizza.
the pepperoni, like the grease
From the
like
pepper-
from the
that's true.
pepperoni gets into the cheese and makes it taste better.
That's true. I don't disagree with you there.
Yeah,
I
I don't
Tim's
like-
always
like
under the
cheese.
table, dog.
I don't like cheese pizza.
Yeah,
You do. I don't either. It genuinely doesn't taste as good.
I like cheese on my pizza,
Yeah.
but I don't like cheese pizza.
it's too
Yeah.
plain.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I don't
like
cheese
it's
pizza.
not the same thing to just like cook the pizza and then pick the pepperonis off. Like that will taste different than just
Yeah.
a cheese pizza.
Well, it's like it's like anything else. Like if you get like if you're picking toppings off a pizza, right? You got onions or peppers on a pizza, and you pull the toppings off, and you take a bite, you're still gonna be able to taste the residual pepper or whatever that was
sure.
on there because it was cooked in.
Nathan, don't tell me. Oh God, you're about to say something awful.
Oh, I saw the picture of that pizza you shared, and that's an atrocity. You should be on what was it? Who's the international organization that prosecutes hate crime or war crimes? I think it's called.
Cheese solidarity. You're missing so much flavor.
I think it's called the Hay. But yeah, they prosecute you for war crimes. But yeah, you should be up on there.
Rainbow.
He's a robot. What do you expect?
For him to have downloaded more information on pizza.exe before engaging with the humans.
He probably puts motor oil on instead of tomato sauce.
He needs to lubricate his throat modules.
His throat modules.
Uh,
But yeah, no, it's back. Ugh. But you know, I've been watching a bunch of those videos, like how long you can survive in a grocery store for. Forever.
yeah, like a long time.
Yeah, well, they determine forever, basically. Like you
Yeah?
can sustain multiple generations. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, but based on like
This has to be based upon like strict rationing.
yes, like to the point of eating dog food. Yes.
Oh God.
Yeah, and not
Well,
only
like
that,
so
but-
much food is going to expire
Yup,
immediately.
the dairy like within hours.
Yes.
So you've got to take care of that right away.
Yeah.
He even got to the point of like creating a compost pile and then the way it sustains.
Oh my God, this is going deeper.
Yeah, it goes very deep, and this is how he rationalized it forever. But like, and then there's one thing you can grow only in compost, and it's mushrooms.
I was gonna say mushrooms.
Yeah. So you could sustain multiple generations just on growing these mushrooms, and you have enough square footage in your average grocery store to do it. I think 38,000.
This is kind of. I told you
it went down a rabbit hole I wasn't expecting.
I told you about that game Wasteland 3 a little bit.
I think so.
Yeah, you come across like a building that is like derelict and like no one's been here in a long time.
Yeah.
And you go down into like the basement and they have like cages, like this was a prison. And there's a guy in one of the cells, and he's just been locked in there for decades. And they're like, and one of the options, like when you're talking to him, you're like, so how the hell have you been surviving down here? And then he's like, dude, well, there's these mushrooms that grow over in the corner over there, and like he like sustains solely off of mushrooms. And they're like, what about water? And he's like, well, there's a crack in the ceiling where it just kind of runs down the wall. So I just lick the wall for a few minutes every day, and
jeez, how'd you not die from contamination, like bacteria and stuff in the wall?
It's just hilarious. It reminded me of that.
Clean mushrooms. You can't. They grow in poop. Like you can't just eat a mushroom. You gotta clean it first. That's so funny. Oh, but yeah, no, there was a lot of videos that I watched that were pretty funny. Oh no. Megan, the awesome, the awesome
I love you
nutmeg
so much.
Sent us a snap.
Oh God.
Jesus.
Oh, what a time to be alive.
But yeah, so I know I've just been going down rabbit holes like that.
Dude, I just didn't expect that. I thought you meant solely the freaking like confines of what the food was. Like
how he rationalized just based off what was in the grocery store. He said something like maybe like 60 years.
Like one person or like a couple?
One person.
One person.
One person.
Well, one person could not last generations.
No.
No. Yeah. Well, so the entire story behind this was like he created an entire story and what was going on. Like he separated from his girlfriend, and like when the world was gonna end because of zombie aliens, they're gonna meet at this grocery store because they both had keys to it. And he said like you rationalize like she eventually shows up towards the end. And,
zombie aliens.
Yeah, it was supposed to be very, very absurd. That was the entire idea behind it. But yeah. But yeah, no, it was pretty interesting. It was pretty interesting. He's done like the best value of soft drink at fast food restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
With like the ice and how big the cups are and how much they actually fill it and how much it costs. So they did the same thing with fries. Like
what's this channel? I'm gonna need to look into this.
It's called Food Theory.
Food Theory. Okay.
Yeah. So the guy's
this could like influence my dinner options.
Dinner decisions, yeah. It's very interesting. The guy, he does a pretty good job too. He's a pretty big character, so he's very he's got a good personality, I think. But no, it's pretty interesting. But what was another? So many weird ones. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Because I've genuinely just thought about that before. Like, how long would you last in a grocery store? Like, so are we assuming that the power is on, so the refrigeration is working?
No, I think the refrigeration is out, which
is
is
out
why,
immediately.
Which is why he needs to salvage his dairy immediately.
Okay.
I think.
What do you mean salvage? What do you
extend? I can't remember exactly what he said, but you can extend its shelf life by adding things to it.
Oh, okay.
So like adding stuff, making it go longer. I mean, like I said, he eventually ends up eating dog food. So like, but and then the canned foods are at last because those last longest. So
okay.
You got to get to the dog food first, unfortunately. But once you get through the dog food, you can go to the canned food. And you can have, you got something to look forward to at least.
Oh my God, maybe you can stagger it a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, right. I'll eat some dog food today and a
can of Campbell's tomorrow.
Yeah,
SpaghettiOs on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have to get to the fancy feast on Saturday.
No, that's sad. Buffalo, yeah. I mean, this is something I've been saying for years, but boneless wings aren't actually wings. I mean, everyone knows
They're
that.
chicken nuggets.
Rocks for dinner.
Okay, so what are they?
Rocks for dinner?
No, not rocks for dinner.
It's called food theory.
No. Like you said, boneless wings aren't really wings.
Oh yeah, it's just white. It's white. It's chicken breast.
Okay, yeah.
It's chicken breast.
Yeah.
It's just chopped. They're chicken nuggets.
Mm-hmm. Chicken nuggets. Phenomenal though.
Yeah. What was eat a horse? Perfect combo. Yeah. So they've got a bunch of stuff on here. It's just some of it's kind of dumb. Some of it's pretty interesting. So
it's a YouTube channel.
Yeah, exactly. You're probably not gonna watch everything, but yeah.
All right, guys. So that's probably enough for us for the evening. I appreciate y'all sticking with us. Appreciate the chat.
Oh, Jared Fogle.
What is the best value cheese pizza? There is no best value cheese
The
pizza.
best value cheese pizza was, I think, Little Caesars. I think that's what it was.
I mean, I could see it.
Yeah, the best overall value pizza was Domino's.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming. Be at the Apocalypse on Saturday. Tell your grandma. Bye-bye.